I've just bought the cheapest and one of the most rarest Audi A4s in the country. And in today's video, we're gonna get this tired looking Audi A4 back to its former glory. Fingers crossed, it passes an MOT. When you think of an Audi A4, you usually think 2-litre TFSI, turbocharged, reasonably economical, and by far the most common engine choice. But before Audi gave us the B7 S4, they also offered something a little different, a 3.2-litre naturally aspirated V6. Back in the day, these weren't nearly as popular. The 2-litre TFSI was cheaper to run, easier to tune, and for most buyers, it simply made more sense. Which is exactly why finding one of these today is becoming increasingly difficult. But what makes this particular car even rarer is the gearbox. While most 3.2s left the factory with Audi DSG transmission, this one is a manual. Only a small number were produced, making it a bit of a unicorn amongst A4s. The question is, does this rare Audi deserve saving? Because this one hasn't had an MOT since August 2024, it's now covered over 160,000 miles. Judging by the last MOT advisories, it's definitely got a few problems. An oil leak, interesting, worn suspension components,
split,
and probably a few surprises that haven't revealed themselves yet. So in today's video, we're going to tackle everything that was flagged on its last MOT. We have to get this car running in today's video. Now, a little later on, I will tell you exactly how much I paid for the A4. But for now, let me know in the comments, what would you have paid for the A4 in this condition? Now, some of these jobs are a little beyond a one-man operation, so I've had to call in some help. Right, so it's your first time seeing this car, so what do you reckon?
It is, mate. I mean, for what it is, V6, 3.2. Yeah. It's manual as well.
Let's get the car in, and then we can get jacked up, have a look, see what we're dealing with. Bosh.
We're in.
We're in, mate. Right. Okay. So, I noticed a little bit of smoke from the back there. Let me get the torch. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke coming from down here.
Tiny little bit.
Obviously, on the one of the advisories was oil leak, so we're gonna have to look in around there. Okay, so we made a list now of everything that we need to look at on the car prior to its MOT. So what we're going to do now, I reckon, is we're going to jack it up.
Yeah, we'll check out the suspension.
Yeah.
We'll look over, and then we'll have a look at this oil leak as well.
Now, if you haven't done so already, now would be a good time to hit that subscribe button, as we'll be posting more videos like these every week. There's a lot of oil there.
A lot of oil.
Really? Shit. Right.
That's just at first glance. What do you say? They said the dust shield, wasn't it, on the lower?
Lower.
I can feel it. It's on the back end.
Arm ball joint.
Yeah, it's split.
Oh, down here?
Here, right here. Look, I've got my thumb in the dust shield there.
So?
It definitely wants one of them.
That's that whole arm, isn't it? That's that whole...
It will be, yeah.
Right.
Entire lower arm.
I can see that being a bit of a pain in the backside.
I don't know.
Okay, so we know that there's oil on the under tray, so now it was time to get the under tray off and see exactly what we're dealing with. It definitely is coming from the back end, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what is it rolled?
Well, what's worrying me a little bit is that this side rocker cover is wet.
Right.
But this side underneath is a lot more wet. So maybe we've got multiple leaks.
So after a quick visual inspection underneath the car, we quickly realised where the leak was coming from, and that in fact was coming from the rocker cover gaskets. So we've put that on our shopping list. Now we also noticed the power steering fluid was a little bit low, so we topped that up. And while we was going around checking all the fluids, we had to make sure that there was obviously oil in the engine.
Nada.
Right. Okay.
That's one way of fixing your leak.
Next port of call, go shopping, go to Audi's, not that Audi's, get some bits, start ticking off that MOT advisory list.
Yeah.
But not all is lost, because we found this hiding down the side of the engine bay. The little wins. Right, it's a new day, a couple of days later now, and we've got some goodies. We have got some new rocker cover gaskets. We've got 2 of them. We have got, these are apparently a bit of a pain to change. So 2 of them, 1 either side. So we're gonna get these fitted, get them fitted, and then see where we're at.
Right, so we're just going to start off by removing the wiring loom to the coil packs. Remove the coil packs, little breather hose here, and then we'll just wing out all of these bolts and see how bad the gasket really is.
So whilst Gaz was taking everything off on the left side, I attempted to remove everything on the right side. We can see it's very, very oily in and around there. So we'll get these off. What Gaz is doing the other side, take these out and then make a start getting the rocker cover off. Replacing a rocker cover or valve cover gasket is a simple but highly critical job. A lesser known fact is that a failed gasket doesn't just leak oil on the outside, it frequently leaks oil into the spark plug tubes, causing engine misfires and destroying ignition coils over time.
Ready to come off. Just a little bit of gentle persuasion. Yeah. The gasket is so stuck on now. Got it. %% leaking because the outside of the gasket is wet. If anything, only like the inner edges should be wet, a bit like that. When it's wet on the outside.
Yeah, so that's obviously
through.
original gasket.
I would say so.
Just for the record as well, this side wasn't nearly half as bad as this side. So if that's leaking, then we are definitely on the right tracks with the leak. So process of elimination, we're going to clean this up now. Then what we're going to do is fit the new gasket, move over to the other side, fit that gasket. Need to give the car a clean as well because it's obviously filthy. Then check, make sure we've done everything and it's ready for an MOT. And then after we've done the MOT, all being worked past as an MOT, I will then reveal how much this car cost. So now it's time to give the rocker cover a good clean. We started off by using brake cleaner and then gave it a rub down. Now with the cleaning done, we started removing the coil packs from the other side, and already we can see just how bad this side is. So this one's come out of here, the other 2 come out of there and there. You can see the mess it's made, so it's definitely needs changing. We'll whip this off, give it a clean up, see what condition it's in. You look down number 1, you can sort of see that it's
Pretty dry in there.
come to 2, it's pretty bloody wet.
Oh yeah.
And then that one is absolutely soaked.
Same again.
With
there's quite
oil.
a lot.
Where it's letting by is around there. And to be honest, if you look at around here, you can see all the, I don't know if that's where it's spilled. That must be where it's leaking along these edges, that.
Yeah, it's got to
mustn't
be.
it?
Yeah.
And you see all the build up of old oil.
Just collecting at the back.
So we'll give that a clean up.
Get a new gasket on, we'll get it back together.
Now it's a case of reseating the new gaskets, and once that's done we can then start to refit the covers.
See the way it's rocking. That means that the seal's caught somewhere. That one. Yeah. Right, let's just pop back in.
Is it that side?
It might be, I can't really see it. What's that feel like now? There.
We're there.
Let's get the middle ones done up a little bit. Don't go mad, we just want to get them there. Right, let's whiz the other ones in and then we'll talk them down.
Now whilst Gaz is talking down that cover, I'm giving the other side a quick clean. It's amazing what a bit of brake cleaner can do. And with this side, it's a case of rinse and repeat. Now before seating a new gasket, it's important to give the surface a good clean and making sure to wipe away from the internals. I don't know if there's a way Well, you're supposed to do it in a certain order.
You're meant to.
But in this garage, you use common sense. So
We'll just mash it on.
yeah. What is that? What's that saying that you said?
What's that? Which one?
FT.
FT, yeah.
What was it?
We can't say it on this channel, but yeah, it's definitely
we can.
FT.
What was it?
Well, it's fucking tight.
Fucking tight, right?
Yeah.
We won't FT these.
Yeah.
But usually you would FT them. And there we have it. 2 brand new gaskets fitted to a high mileage 3.2 Audi A4. One big job ticked off our list, and one step closer to getting this car ready for its all important MOT. And remember, if you don't know the torque settings, just go FT. Right, so that's all done. We've still got to take the spark plugs out, clean up around them, so we're not going to put them back in just yet. Probably the cleanest part of the engine now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's actually pretty shiny now, yeah, to be fair.
We're going to start putting everything back together.
I think so, yeah. As long as it's not hindering us for getting the spark plugs in and out.
No, I think that should be alright. And then, what we're doing, the suspension next.
We'll have tackled that. Yeah, let's hope it comes out.
That is going to be fun, because
Both fingers crossed, legs crossed, everything.
I've heard that they are a bit of a pain to get off. So hopefully, they might surprise us.
Yeah.
So there's only one way to find out, isn't there? An oil leak we can cross out for now. That is done. Also, we filled up the power steering fluid a bit, didn't we?
We did, yes. We topped it back up to its maximum.
We just didn't do that on camera, so that can be crossed off. So obviously there is a bit of a blue smoke issue. We're hoping once we give it a service, and maybe just needs a good run, we'll keep an eye on that. So offside front suspension arm ball joint and near side front, so that's what we're going to do next. We're just going to get everything bolted back up on the front. After cleaning out the chambers, we fitted new spark plugs, cleaned up the coil packs, reinstalled them and connected them back up. So one of the last jobs to do was to install the header tank back into position. Over on the other side, Gaz installed the airbox. Then all that was left was to install the air duct in that goes to the airbox. Finally feels like we're starting to get somewhere now. Okay, so we've now put everything back together up here. Now is the job that we've been putting off since we started this video, is the lower arms. So it's got to be done. We're going to do it. Gaz is going to do it, not me. No, I'm joking. We're going to do it together.
Oh yeah, roping me into it.
But everything around here now is all sorted. The rocker cover gaskets have been swapped over. We've cleaned up the rocker covers themselves. We've cleaned down the chambers, holes, ports. They're all clean now. Giving everything a bit of a clean up. We've topped the fluids up as well. The coolant's been topped up, washer fluid's been topped up, and we've got the airbox, everything back in. So now that's done, we can technically close the bonnet and move underneath. Okay, so we've just noticed a little noise when turning this steering wheel, haven't we? So
yeah, it's a little bit of a rub. So you can just see that this lower arm, yeah, it's just creaking on the rear rubbers.
Is it moving?
Yeah, the whole thing's flexing.
And so it's proper now.
Yeah,
okay.
All of the bushes are gone.
Right, so what I'll do is I'll turn that all the way to the right.
Yeah, give us plenty of room.
Turn that off. That gives us a bit more room to get into there. Take that off. In there. Under there. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's rusty as well.
It's coming off too easy for my liking, especially for an Audi. Every bolt, nut and bolt should be rusted on and should snap.
Yeah, but you know what that means, don't you? The other side's gonna be a pig.
I've spoken too soon now, haven't I?
Yeah.
And the optimism was very short-lived, as you're about to see. It was right. They are a ball ache. So we've basically got to support the subframe, drop a couple bolts. There's one bolt that you can't get out, and we'll show you that now. And it's hitting on there. So we've basically got to take this part out, move it out of the way so we can get that bolt out. And without too much difficulty, we was ready to take the bolt out. You bastard.
Thank God for that.
It's just so unnecessarily long. You know what? It probably looked a little bit harder than it probably was. isn't it?
Yeah, well, you got to make it look a little bit odd, haven't you?
Yeah.
Finally, she's out.
How's she looking though?
Yeah.
Okay, you can
Pretty
see.
split.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of grease.
We've had a bit of a problem, guys, haven't we?
Yeah, slightly.
Someone ordered the wrong part. So, here's a couple of days later now. I ordered the wrong ones. The bushes wouldn't fit underneath. Now, we've got the right parts. They are the right parts. So, we can get these installed. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I know already you all love Gaz, and he's going to come back to do some more cars. I've roped him into it.
As long as it's not an Audi. No more Audi.
Now, as previously mentioned, you do have to drop part of the subframe each side to get that bolt out. It does look a lot harder than it is. Once you know what you're doing, it's actually not a bad job to do. While it can be a little bit fiddly, with a bit of perseverance, we got there in the end. Now, the next job on the list was to clean up all the oil underneath. Now, with years of old oil and grime, I'm cleaning the underside with brake cleaner, letting that soak, agitating the surface, and then finally spraying again with more brake cleaner. And whilst we was under there, we drained the oil. Once that's done, it's then a case of refitting the under tray. The car is in need of a good clean, so we're going to take the car to get washed, but there is one slight problem: the battery's dead. So to get us out of trouble, I have been sent out a new jump pack by Top Dom. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description where you can go and get yourselves one of these. So let's see if it does the job. So that's the jump pack. So they're the connectors for the positive and negative. You've got some USB ports there as well. So it is actually a jump pack for charging your phone. It's also got USB-C in there as well, so that's pretty cool. But we're not charging our phones today. We are starting a 3.2 litre V6. So this is the car to try it on if you can try it on any car. When you plug the connector into the jump pack, it'll automatically turn on. And click this little button here if the battery is completely flat. There we have it. So thank you to Top Don for sending the jump pack out. It's done the job very well. So if you want to go and grab one, the link will be in the description below. But for now, we are off to give the car a clean. Can't believe that's the same car. She cleans up so well, but did it pass the MOT? Good news, car has passed its MOT. We've achieved what we set out to do at the start of this video, but there's one thing left to mention, which is the price that we paid for this car. I bought this car for £150. Now, the reason I got this car so cheap was because the previous owner was going to scrap the car. So we have achieved what we set out to do in this video. I'm still not satisfied with the car in the sense of it's got that big slow engine under the bonnet. It is slow, it's a 3.2 naturally aspirated engine. So if you want to see me modify this car in another video, let me know down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, we've just set up a brand new second channel for more laid back stuff, more everyday stuff, because we're going to be buying and selling cars to sell and do little challenges along the way. Link is in the description below. Tune in next week because we're going to be releasing videos every single week. I'm doing this full time now. I've quit my job. That's why there's been no video for months, because I was sort of on and off of it with work. I'm doing this full time. Next week, we're doing an engine swap. That is all I'm going to say. Tune in next week. Make sure you subscribe, put your bell notifications on to make sure that you're in the loop when the next video goes live. You do not want to miss that one.